Trucker Steve here, April 11th, 2026. Shared a video from Trucking Made Successful, Miranda, one of the best YouTubers out there, one of the biggest trucking YouTube site, and she has other sites that is out on the internet, etc. On that video, I'm gonna just share some of the estimates that she might have said, and I might repeat it, but all the facts, you go to that video and you can see where the numbers came from. So it is estimated in the United States, there's about 450,000 CDLs that's going to be issued every year. So that's a big number, 450,000 CDLs from CDL schools across the United States is going to be issued every year. Okay, that makes up there's about, we'll say 2 million active truck driving jobs in any given year in the United States. Now, where are these roughly 450,000 new, inexperienced CDL drivers going? Where are they going? If you look at those numbers, every 5 years, the CDL schools are completely replacing the entire trucking force in the United States every 5 years. So, as we know, a lot of my videos that I put out and other videos from other YouTubers, I always say around 85%, some people say 90% of these new CDL drivers will quit before or after 1 year of service. So at a mega company, they may be required to put in 1 year, maybe 2 years, or may owe the mega companies money back. So, most CDL students are forced, in a way, to work for these mega carriers. Why? Lower CDL standards of training. And that's thanks to CDL schools. And look, you're going to have to blame the federal government, FMCSA, for lowering the standards. And this didn't happen in the last year or two. This has been going on for quite a while. Using CDL schools, using CDL students to put cheap labor in the driver's seats of many of the mega carriers. Most of these CDL students, most of these CDL students, they're not going to be able to get a job at a local trucking company unless it's food delivery, beverage delivery, or some type of job that is very hard to get drivers for because of the insurance companies. You gotta have 1 or 2 years experience before you can work for some of these high-paying, good-paying jobs that are local, regional, etc. There are some good companies that do similar work that mega carriers, like I always used to say Rosedale Trucking. I'm just going by my friend Sean and taking his word. It's a smaller company. It's not the big mega company. And they, my understanding, if I trust Sean, they treat their drivers correctly. They treat them pretty good, like family. So says Sean. You still got to do your homework. So, these CDL students, and I've been going after, maybe this is the time where CDL students need to fight back. So I put a video out, and a short video out, saying now's the time for CDL students who went to a CDL school, received poor training. These schools did not follow the FMCSA mandatory training requirements, and FMCSA over the years kept their mouth shut. They didn't say anything. They had to know what was going on. They had to know that keywords was left out of the FMCSA certification form that schools signed. These students were used as cheap labor for the mega carriers. And throughout, I'm on LinkedIn now, so I'm seeing a lot of experts. And I've seen a lot of sites and a lot of people have businesses about how to retain drivers. So the question is, does mega carriers really want to retain drivers? What do you think? Do they want to start retaining the drivers and also have to pay more money? Does that make any sense for the mega carriers? No. Get them in, get them a year or two, get them out of there, and bring in the cheap labor over and over. If there's 450,000 new CDL students coming out of school, a lot of them not going to be going to mega carriers. Some of them would be watching my videos and using the backdoor way to get into a local driving job. For instance, construction jobs that have straight trucks, box trucks, and tractor trailers, state highway jobs, etc. United Parcel Service, if they're building a brand new facility, a super mega hub, where they might need to hire package car drivers. So you get in there, get a few years in, and then try to work your way in through seniority back into the tractor trailer business and make big, big money. There are ways to use that, but schools lie. Unfortunately, a lot of them will keep on lying, spreading. There's a tremendous driver shortage. And look, also, that I've been saying over many videos that they have no choice. A CDL school will always, always say there's a severe driver shortage. If they don't, how are they going to go around and bring students in? They have to say it. A mega carrier, American Trucking Association, needs to fill those seats at the mega carriers. There have to be a severe driver shortage, or the American Trucking Association would just say, well, we have a severe shortage of qualified CDL drivers. Use other languages. As you've been looking in the news, you see thousands of non-domicile or whatever, a lot of thousands their license are being removed. And that will fuel the driver shortage narrative. It's ideal for them. When people thought the narrative was going away, it wasn't going away, and it will never go away. There will always be a driver shortage for CDL schools, mega carriers, American Trucking Association. That's the way it is. It's been that way. I've been driving for 50 plus years. And it has always been there, and it always will be there. Suppose there was no driver shortage. They didn't need the drivers, and they all had the retention. People wasn't quitting. Why have CDL schools? Half of them will have to go out of business. That wouldn't be good for the lobbyists in the associations that represent CDL schools, would it? No. But now it's the time for CDL students or former CDL students to say, wait a minute, we were used. Maybe a class action lawsuit is time. It's time for it. Because Sean Duffy and Derek Barr are going around doing all the audits of these CDL schools. My goodness, 44% of them not following the curriculum? Duh! It's been going on for a long time. So if they're not following the curriculum of the FMCSA entry-level driver training, and students in the past who didn't get a job, they had to quit because their skills were so bad, because they didn't get alley docking, which is mandated, alley docking, parallel parking, the true parallel parking, not the ones they're doing now, the modernization testing. Alley docking. And they go to these companies, and the students who get those jobs, if there's a local job or a job to be had, goes to the student who went to a school that taught to a higher standard. And there are a lot of good CDL schools out there. Those students didn't go to a school that only had 28-foot pups and day cabs. It could be a good school, but does it really benefit you? Does it benefit you to go to one of those schools? Think about it. You, most likely, if you are not that good, you have to go to a mega carrier and you're going to make the first turn, or even with the help of a driver trainer who might not be even qualified to be a driver trainer, and then you have an accident and lose your job because you were trained at a CDL school with not the standardized equipment that you would use on the real job. If you're going to be in a pup, then you really need to get into food delivery. Food delivery, you can come out of CDL school. Most of them will take you and train you because they need drivers. It's a hard job. Hard job. Well, I guess I talked too much. I used some of Miranda's information, and you can see the post that I shared on Broken CDL Trucking System, or you can go to Trucking Made Successful, one of my recommended YouTube sites, and check out the full video. Hope I made some sense. You may agree or disagree with me, and that's okay. Just be safe out there. Work hard and fight for your rights.